we basically got what we wanted. Two of the biggest candidates for the election, for the US election of 2024, went to Nashville at the Bitcoin 2024 to talk about crypto. They did. They are pro-crypto. They say that if elected, they're gonna help the community, and yet Bitcoin is still below 70K. So why is that? And what was talked about between RFK on Friday and Trump on Sunday? So let's talk about that. Hello everyone, welcome back to another video. As I just mentioned, we are currently having Bitcoin 2024 in Nashville in the United States, and a few candidates like RFK and now Trump, they went on stage to talk positively about the community, about crypto, about Bitcoin, and what they would do in case they get elected as the next president of the United States. So RFK did a huge splash on Friday. He went in and he pretty much said that they want to make Bitcoin part of the US Treasury. So buying a lot of Bitcoin, I think he said over 200,000 Bitcoin, which is ridiculous, and that he has huge plans for crypto. He has huge plans for crypto, pretty much saying that if he gets elected, he's going to change the crypto industry. Then on Sunday, which is today, the time I'm recording this, Trump went in, and even though we were all expecting crypto to fly to the moon, also premiums for options, they were all over the place. They were very, very high compared to a few days ago. IV was higher. There was a lot of expectancy that the price itself of Bitcoin would rally after the Trump talk. It never happened, but Trump went in, he went balls deep in what he was saying. First of all, he called Kamala Harris, he didn't say her name, but he said she, referring to the opponent, has a low IQ. So we know for sure that he is talking about Kamala Harris. So he's on the hunt. He's shooting all over the place. He talked about electricity. He talked about bringing crypto to a more mainstream audience. He talked about the US Treasury also having Bitcoin as part of it. So he, like RFK, they want to be the crypto president, the president that mainstreamed Bitcoin for the masses. A very nice quote that Trump said. He said, if crypto is going to define the future, it's going to be mined, minted, and made in America. Bitcoin's going to the moon, as they say. I want it to be America that sends it there. So very, very optimistic for crypto, but these are promises, promises, promises. Snowden actually was president in Bitcoin 2024, and what he said is that, please guys, it is all nice and good and dandy that we have people in charge in favor of crypto, but vote without joining a cult. So don't join the Trump cult or don't join the RFK cult. Make sure you have a good vote, but you're not too fixated into being part of this cult that most of these candidates has. For example, Donald Trump has a huge following with the MAGA movement. There's a lot of things that you should be careful as someone who's going to vote in the election, for you not to be bamboozled by any of the promises that these candidates make. There's a lot of VCs, a lot of investors, a lot of traders. They're shocked that we have 65% chance of Bitcoin becoming part of the US Reserve, and still with these news, which are very, very bullish, Bitcoin is still below 70K. You can still go today and buy Bitcoin below 70K. As I said before, everyone is very shocked, and most of us, including me, we don't know why the price did not move towards the 70, maybe even above $70,000 already. If we start talking a little bit more on TA, on technical analysis, we have to look at the Bitcoin charts a little bit. We're waiting for the month to close, and even though the month doesn't look good, so it is a little bit on a slope downwards, the RSI is positive. The RSI shows a little bit of a bullishness trend on it. We're hoping to see that continuation on the upside of the graph for the RSI. And as we said in June, usually July is a green month, covering the reds of the previous month of June, and this is exactly what it is going on so far. So far it is 8% up, 8% in the green for July, compared to the bad month that we had in June of 7%. So we kept the median that we have here from CoinGlass, which for the month of July, it is around 8 to 9%, and we almost did 8% in July so far. So you can see that using historical data is a good tool for you to look at averages and medians from previous years to make sure you understand mostly how the market behaves in certain months and certain periods of the year. So still talking about Trump and his speech, he said something that a lot of people are in favor, which is to kick out Gary Gensler. So a lot of people, including me, don't think Gensler is doing a very good job in the SEC. He's just going against crypto, going against Ethereum, going against Bitcoin, and he's just pumping the brakes on everything that is crypto related. I don't know if it is a personal vendetta. Maybe he bought Doge at all-time highs. I don't know. We just know that he does not like crypto for some reason, and he's pumping the brakes on it. He has been doing that for a while now, and it is getting kind of annoying because we want crypto to the moon, and we want it to, of course, have regulations, have legislations, but we also don't want it to be held back for no reason at all. So Trump says buy Gensler. Everyone is on board with that. That is a huge positive thing for Trump, unless someone even worse than Gensler comes in to take his place. In this case, we're kind of screwed. And by wanting the US to becoming the crypto capital of the planet, he intends to also, during his 4 years, not sell any Bitcoin that the US government holds, which right now the US government holds a little bit more than 200K Bitcoin as of April, at least around 14.5 billion US dollars. So he says we're not going to sell any of these Bitcoins that we have, but here we also have seized assets. We have funds that belong to, for example, Bitfinex or any other assets that were seized. So we don't know if Trump says he's not going to give back funds to rightful owners, or he just means that the US won't actually do like the German government to sell for fiat to cash out and profit from whatever Bitcoin they hold. So I think this is what he was saying, that he's not going to dump on the market. He's just going to hold the coins, not necessarily hold everything that they have in their wallets right now, but just what is rightfully theirs. He says that for too long, our government has violated a cardinal rule that every Bitcoiner knows by heart, which is to never sell your Bitcoin. If I'm elected, it will be the policy of my administration for the US to keep 100% of all the Bitcoin the US government currently holds or acquires. So again, it is kind of a promise that we don't know exactly how's they're going to go, because we have these specific Bitcoins that are not necessarily the US government to keep. They have to send it back. They have to repay creditors, whatever that might be. So to end this, we have a few people who are speculating on the price itself of Bitcoin and also Ethereum if the best case scenario happens. Trump is elected and he does everything that he's promising. So he says the US Treasury will have over 200K of Bitcoin. They will not sell this Bitcoin. And we even have a proposal from a senator that is to establish a Federal Reserve of 1 million Bitcoin over the next 5 years, which is almost 1% of the total supply of Bitcoin, which is 21 million. That, with the idea of Bitcoin surpassing gold in total value, that would bring Bitcoin's price to over $800,000 per Bitcoin. Crazy numbers. It is ridiculous to think something like that when we haven't even seen 100K yet, and people are already projecting to 800,000, maybe even $1 million per single Bitcoin. So crazy numbers, and that will bring Bitcoin to the top of the most valued asset on earth. So beating Amazon, Google, Nvidia, Microsoft, Apple, and even gold, which is ranking first. So with these huge projections, if we step back a little bit, we can see that Bitcoin is headed for the $100,000, because with all this bullishness, even if Trump doesn't win, but if RFK wins, which is also very crypto friendly, we will see Bitcoin stepping in the right direction. At least this is my personal opinion. I think he will do what it takes to make miners happy, to make crypto community happy, and this will bring crypto at least to all-time highs again by end of the year, by November, when we have the elections. So in the short spectrum, we have the next target around $75,000. This is where we're going to look for Bitcoin. If it reaches that, then we can see if 100K is next, maybe in the next 5 years, 800K for a single Bitcoin. Do you imagine how much would your net worth be if all your Bitcoin today was worth $800,000? Everyone is very pumped. I hope this was insightful. Now you know a little bit more on what's happening behind the scenes for everything crypto related, for the elections as well. So thank you very much for watching, and I'll catch you guys in the next video on Wednesday. Peace.